Welland Centennial Secondary School's latest play takes on some very serious issues. Escape from Syria follows a young girl and her family as they are displaced from a war-torn Aleppo city. It's an original play adapted from a very popular graphic novel with the blessing of the author herself.
Drama allows us to try our best to walk a mile in those shoes, and it really builds the empathy and the connection to the topic. And the kids, luckily enough, we have a student body here who was really interested in exploring this topic with me, and we kind of all went on the journey together.
Amina is a big inspiration as a character, and it's a lot of work to try and fill her shoes. But with the team we have and with Mr. I directing us and Miss Wild giving her input, it's made it a lot easier with their help to step into her shoes. And I'm fairly confident at this point going into it that I think we've all worked very hard, and that with everyone's help, I personally will be able to do Amina justice and just do my part to share her story.
When you're able to look at a graphic novel, does that act as almost like a storyboard as you put this together?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. The graphic novel really popped out at me, and it jumped out from a storytelling perspective. Okay, it was shorter captions. It was easy for me to understand. It was easy for me to grasp the Syrian conflict, right? But the imagery, like some of our scenes are just pulled straight from a storyboard of an image, right? And then we turn just that image into a scene with dialogue. And some of them we turn that image into a whole movement sequence with no dialogue. And it was a really cool experience to try to bring that graphic novel to life.
As a refugee whose family is originally from Sudan, Wissam Fadol brings a unique perspective to the production.
I don't want this to end, and yeah, I love them so much. They're so friendly. If you have any questions, or for example, if you didn't understand, they can help you, and they could do their best to understand.
Acting, dancing on stage, is that something that 5 years ago you would have seen yourself doing?
No, at all.
Maintaining the authenticity of the story was top of mind for everyone involved. A Syrian family offered their perspective on their own struggles, and author Samia Kulab paid a visit during early rehearsals.
She talked to us about how she became a journalist in Lebanon, and just how she decided to go there and then decided to stay there after seeing everything. And I asked her, every single issue in the book, have you come into contact with that? And she has. Every single thing that was mentioned and written in that story are actual things happening to actual people. And so she just shared what it was like interacting with all the refugees and everyone there.
That was an unbelievable experience. Samia Kulab, she was in Toronto for 4 days, and she spent one of those 4 days to come to Welland Centennial to meet us. And she is such a humble journalist, having covered these real tragic stories for 3 years, at the Syrian-Lebanon border. She shared those authentic stories of talking to garbage collectors, talking to city workers, talking to people who were cleaning the streets, talking to families, right, who were torn apart and some who were together, families who had lost people, and her sharing those stories with us. It really was a shift for us in the whole creative process, and also having her support, right, and saying, keep doing what you're doing and keep kind of making the story your own.
Escape from Syria is Welland Centennial's entry in this year's National Theatre School Drama Festival in late March, but you can see the play at the school February 28th and March 1st. Visit Centennial's website for tickets and information. Reporting for The Source in Welland, I'm Mike Balsom.